Here's how you get your old ping putter to go from looking like this to looking like this. Seriously, I've tried every method. I've tried soaking in Coca-Cola overnight. I've tried using just Brasso. I've tried using Barkeeper's Friend. I've tried using Blue Magic Chrome Polish. All of these things kind of work, but what I'm about to show you is how it works like perfectly, quickly every time. All you need is vinegar, salt, Brasso, and some kind of car wax. The idea here is that when you mix vinegar with salt, you create a kind of solution that really effectively cleans metals, and it cleans it fast. So what you're gonna need to do is do about 1 part vinegar to 3 parts water, and then for every cup of vinegar, you can throw in a tablespoon of salt. And you don't really need to measure out any of this. You can totally eyeball it and you'll be completely fine. So I heated up some water in my electric kettle. You do not need this to be boiling, just warm. I've got the putter weirdly in this pot leaning over my mixer because this was the only way I could get the full head covered by the liquid. But anyway, it doesn't really matter what order this is, but I added the water in there first, added a bunch of vinegar, and then threw in a bunch of salt. I gave that a nice mix, and you can see almost immediately this putter starts to like de-tarnish. I don't even know if that's a word, but that's what it's doing. After you've mixed it around, just let it sit there for like 10 minutes. I like to even get a toothbrush in there and kind of scrub it down a little bit to help loosen up whatever patina is on there. I do that both at the beginning and then again at the end before I take it out. Again, 10 minutes soaking in there. You really don't need it to be longer than 10 minutes. And you can already see, here's what the putter looked like when I first put it in the pot and when I first added the water. And 10 minutes later, it already looks like this. Seriously, vinegar, salt, water, good combo. But it's not done yet. The first time I tried to clean a putter like this, I left it like that afterwards, and it pretty immediately started to tarnish again. And when I tested this the second time, after taking it out of the vinegar salt water bath, I then used Brasso with a sponge, and I noticed how much of like that tarnish was still on there even when you just take it out of the water vinegar salt bath. It looks a lot cleaner than it was before, but it's still not done. So get that over to a sink, and even better, take it outside because this Brasso like stinks. It's not good to breathe in. It's not good for your eyes. It's not good for your skin. You can use it indoor. Just make sure it's genuinely a well-ventilated area. And use your sponge and just start scrubbing away. And you'll see how the sponge just turns this really dark color. That's basically the tarnish rubbing off. And you'll probably have to do this a few times, and you'll notice with each time that the sponge turns less and less black. Now, after you've done a few rounds of the Brasso on the putter, give it a quick little rinse, pat it dry with a paper towel, and get your car wax and spray that down. Some car waxes have to be applied in smaller amounts. In this case, like the Meguiar's waterless wash and wax, is you just spray it, let it sit there for a few seconds, and then you wipe it down. And by doing that, it not only cleans whatever's on there, but it also leaves behind a really thin, waterproof, weatherproof wax. It's meant for cars. I use it to clean my car, and it does a really good job. And in this case, the reason you need this wax is because if you don't put some kind of protective barrier on this old classic ping putter, it will immediately begin to tarnish and oxidize again. And that's it. And I already know. I know a few of you will be like, but hold on, the patina is part of its aging. It's what makes it beautiful. That's fine if you think that. Me personally, I think that no matter what it looks like, it's still the same age. And if I'm gonna actually play this putter, and I do, the putter in my bag is the PING Anser 3, and I've cleaned it just the same way. I've given it the waterless wash and wax thing, and it looks awesome. And I like that because, again, it's the same age no matter what it looks like, but when all these other folks are pulling out their Scotty Camerons, their Odyssey putters, these gorgeous brand new putters, I think I deserve to pull out a beautiful putter too. And maybe it's just me, but I really don't think the Ping putters look beautiful when they're fully tarnished like this. Yes, I know it shows history. Yes, it shows its age, but I still think that, you know, with an older Ping putter, they're gonna have their dings and dents, whether they look disgustingly tarnished or fully polished. But at least with this way, you're not bringing it to like a mirror finish, which you can do in certain ways, but those putters never looked like that. They were never a mirror finish. And on top of that, I think this is very like spiritual, and there's probably no science to this, but I think it's a beautiful idea that with playing an old putter, you know, it has probably seen hundreds, maybe even thousands of rounds of golf. Most likely not that much. But I think there's like a good energy thing about using a putter that has a history of hundreds of putts behind it. I think it's like a good luck thing. Again, there's probably no science behind this, but it's a beautiful thought regardless. The fact that you can putt something that has probably made hundreds, if not thousands of holes before you, like that's the energy, that's the confidence you need to make your putts. So I hope that was helpful. Now you know the definitive way to clean a classic Ping putter. I got 3 of them for $30 each at Play It Again Sports. You can find them anywhere. eBay, Play It Again Sports, your local golf store, your grandpa's garage. Like truly, these putters are abundant and pretty cheap. And once you clean it up, every time you're on the course, somebody's going to ask about it, almost guaranteed, because it's just beautiful to see it in its original form. So happy cleaning. Bing.